What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the turbo that I got for the build, and also the fitment issues and how we're going to fix them with the setup that we have in the car. So let's just dive right into it and see what we got going on. So if you haven't seen already, this is the engine bay of my Mercedes 190e. And what I have here is a Pulsar PTG 4849. It's basically the equivalent of a Garrett G25 550. And I have the Kangaroos team log style manifold. And I have a T25 to V-band adapter. The issue with this is that, sorry for the shadowing, there's not a whole lot of room for a downpipe. So what I will be doing is I will be removing the turbo, and then I'm going to massage this area with a hammer and an angle grinder, and hopefully there will be enough room for me to make a downpipe that kind of goes this way and down, so it kind of curls up and goes down. I don't have access to a welder right here in my garage, but I will be making the downpipe at some point. I might borrow a welder and make that up. I also fitted the intercooler. I don't have a lot of light, but this is the intercooler, and I will be welding some 90-degree bends onto the intercooler and making some intercooler piping up to the turbo. The turbo needs to be clogged. It's not going to stay this way. I also have the water lines. Unfortunately, I made these AN8, and the fittings on the turbo is AN6. So I'm thinking that I need some kind of adapter onto the fittings that's already on the turbo. It will be a very, very tight fit, but I think it's gonna be alright. Or I might just grind some of the fitting off. But yeah. And also the oil feed line will be from my sandwich plate over here. But enough of that, we're just gonna see how much we can do for the downpipe today. So let's get into it. I hope this angle is good enough, but we'll see. You are able to see the area over here. So this is a V-band setup, and I don't have any tools. So unprepared for this. So basically have this V-band on the turbo right here. I'm not sure if you can even see, but comes off pretty easily, goes on very difficult. There I have the V-band and the turbo itself. So I'm just gonna put it on the bench, and I need to find some kind of solution for this area. I might just bash it in with a hammer. Not the prettiest option, but I'll show you. So I have the T25 adapter right there. It's not permanently mounted with the gasket. But this is the area we need to be working on. And let me get the light. And this is where we need to fuck shit up. Let me just pause real quick and I'll be right back with you. Right, so what I ended up doing was I cut some slits there and there, and I split it because I thought I initially had to only bend this part in, but I actually needed a little more. So, but it worked out good because it's right where the reservoir is, so the split is actually perfect for the corner. I will have to make some sort of plate on the bottom and the top and in between, so the heat doesn't go into all the wiring. And I will be heat wrapping the entire downpipe and the turbo exhaust housing. But let me just take the light. This is what it's gonna end up looking like. Looks very shitty right now, but I'll clean it up once this is the lighting that I got going on. So I'll be using a few pie cuts to go over and down, but so I hope the angle is good enough for you to see, because it's kind of hard to put the turbo on, but there we go. And I don't have any pie cuts available, right? I might have some over here, but that's hard for you to see. It's hard to mount the turbo, so, but yeah, there's like a bunch of room here for the pie cut. I might have a 90-degree angle. There won't be a 90 on it, but it's gonna get very close to it. But I'm gonna use some pie cuts instead of this. This is just for my intercooler. But as you can see, there's quite a bit of room now. Obviously I need the V-band onto the turbo, but even a 90 would actually do, maybe, if I tilt the turbo down a little bit. But yeah, I hope you can see that I'm not too much in the way. But yeah, that's basically how the downpipe is going to be made. I don't know if you can see me, but making the downpipe, I just made a bunch of pie cuts. I'm sorry for the noise of the welder, but it's just how it is. I made a bunch of pie cuts. There's like 5 pie cuts with a 7.5-degree angle on each side, and I taped up some more pie cuts that are gonna be going like this. So I have like this really crazy looking downpipe, but that's how it is. So I'm just gonna tack these up and I'll fit them in the car and I'll show you how it looks. So yeah, let's just get into it. Kind of fucked up right there, but I'm just gonna grind it off and then I'm gonna re-weld it. But yeah, to make these, I just made some marker lines on the, I don't know if you can see it, there's like a line right there and a line right there, and I did the same on this one, so I know where to meet them up, as you can see. So I'm just gonna do my best to get it right on the mark and just give it a little tack. And that was the wrong mark. Fuck. So when you're making the downpipe, there's actually no need to back purge, not in my opinion, but if you ask, depending on who you ask, some people want to back purge when you're tacking, some people don't want to back purge, but I mean, like, then you get a little bit of sugaring, but it's not the end of the world. So this is the fucking hell, this is gonna be a nightmare to weld, but oh well, let's see how it looks in the car. There we go, got the camera up. So, if you didn't see before, this is the nastiest downpipe I've ever made, but oh well. So, kind of fits, kind of perfect. Let me just put a V-band on and I'll pick up the camera and show you guys. So, just gonna wrap the V-band around here. This is very difficult actually. Alright, fits out right there. So, this is what we got going on. I might have to cut that that stud down there. I can't focus. That stud down there, I might have to cut that. But yeah, it's kind of a tight fit. As you can see, there's like the nut in there. And behind there, I might need to bash it in a little more with the hammer, but yeah, it looks good to me, but from this angle it kind of looks scary that it might hit that one. But yeah. Oh, crazy looking downpipe. Damn. Of course it will be heat wrapped, but yeah, got a little surface rust already. I thought it was stainless steel, but apparently it's not stainless steel. So, but it will be wrapped in a heat blanket. So I don't know how much further I can go, because then I have to lift the car up and go underneath, and I don't have all the parts for the downpipe. But looks kind of sick. Okay, so this is probably all I can do for today, but as you can see there, it's pretty good, pretty close to the manifold and pretty close to the firewall, but it's not touching anywhere. I do have an issue with the flex that I can't zoom in. Down there, right there, the flex is going to hit, so I do need to get a bend on the straight part, but I don't have any more tubing, so yeah, this is pretty much all I'm able to do for now. I can take it off for you guys so I can show you. Okay, this is the downpipe I got going on. This is probably the craziest downpipe I've ever made, with that many pie cuts, I think. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I will link all the parts in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.